You ever have one of those days where you realize mid-sip of your coffee that the American dream you paid for might just come with a side of war? Yeah, that happened to me the second I bought 6 acres of wild Utah hillside thinking I'd finally carved out a slice of peace and quiet, only to find myself staring down the barrel of an HOA president's worst nightmare. I mean, I'd designed homes for governors, built museum wings for billionaires, and wrangled eco-resorts so far off-grid you need a helicopter just to deliver the damn granite. But none of that not a bit compared to the circus act of building my own house the way I wanted, where I wanted, with nobody breathing down my neck about mailbox colors or aesthetic harmony, or so I thought. Or so. 6 acres. No HOA, no tract homes, just sage pine and enough sky to remind you how small you really are. The paperwork nearly killed me, I'm not going to lie. Months of zoning battles, environmental assessments, enough signatures to cramp my writing hand for life. But I did it. Every permit, every clearance, every little square stamp from some county official in a polyester tie. This was going to be a showpiece too. Scandinavian modern glass walls, cedar and concrete, a wraparound terrace with a view that'd make you cry if you were the poetic type. Even the composting system was next level. I was building a home, not a shack, and it was all legit. My crew showed up bright and early, the first Monday in April. Good guys, too. Some I'd worked with for years, one or two with stories about building overseas on military bases. They weren't scared of much. But right away, something felt off. A gray Nissan SUV was parked right at my access road, engine off, windows blacked out. Nobody inside, no note. 5 minutes later, my concrete truck couldn't get through and had to back all the way down the hill. Strike one. Next day, a so-called compliance inspector rolled up high-vis vest clip-on badge, acting like he was auditioning for Cops Suburbia. Starts grilling me about whether my site falls under Red Mesa Bluff's jurisdiction. I told him straight, no HOA here, just county. He vanished without another word. Whatever, I thought, maybe just a nosy neighbor. But then comes Friday. Certified letter, fancy gold trim like I'd won a sweepstakes. Nope, just a threat from Red Mesa Bluffs HOA. Cease and desist all illegal construction activities. Civil and potentially criminal penalties will ensue. Signed in big, angry, red ink, Karen Bradshaw, President. And let me tell you, I was not under any reality part of that HOA. Creek in a ravine between us, my plat map said it clear as daylight. So I called the county, double-checked everything, and guess what? Not even close. I figured, okay, this is just a Karen being Karen. Ignored the letter. But that gut feeling, yeah, it kept twitching. Didn't have to wait long for round two. One morning, dust plume barreling up the road, a pearl white Lexus, a Mercedes, a private code enforcement pickup, and the HOA posse in full regalia. Karen Bradshaw herself stepped out, sunglasses, blonde bob, a clipboard like it was the Dead Sea Scrolls, flanked by 2 lawyers, or at least guys who looked like lawyers if you squinted, and a wannabe mall cop in a tactical vest labeled code enforcement. She started barking at my crew, accusing everyone of trespassing, threatening ICE on my lead foreman, Manny, who, by the way, was born in Nevada. When Karen smacked Manny's phone out of his hand, sending it flying into wet cement, I lost it. Stepped right up, told her to back off. She tried to pull rank, telling me my house was an eyesore. The woman had the nerve to say, my cedar siding cost less than her kitchen. My electrician Luis wandered into her warpath and got threatened with deportation. Lady, he was born in Tucson. But I just smiled and pointed real subtle at the hidden camera I'd tucked into the pine branches just in case. She got the message, stomped off after some lawyerly hissing. My crew just stared speechless. Next day, new email. Immediate action required from a law firm, so fake it sounded like a country club. They accused me of encroachment, demanded I submit plans to the HOA, and voluntarily join Red Mesa Bluffs like I was going to wander into a shark tank with a stake strapped to my chest. This was legal intimidation, pure and simple. I sent it to Caitlin, my lawyer. She laughed so hard she nearly dropped her coffee. Textbook HOA bluffing. They can't touch you, she said. But the pressure ramped up. Next, my driveway gets blocked, same pickup, same red Mesa parking tag. Security footage showed a guy in an HOA vest parking and walking off. Tow truck dragged it out eventually, but my crew was rattled. And then the map. Oh, the map satellite image with boundary lines moved. So my entire property was now shaded HOA red. I couldn't believe it. Forgery, flat out. Caitlin filed a complaint with the county, and I uploaded every scrap of evidence to a secure archive. It got uglier. One of my workers, Rico, got threatened at the gate. Next time your equipment might not be here. The guy had no badge, just an HOA shirt and a blacked-out SUV. By now, I was cataloging everything, plates, faces, timestamps. Because the vandalism started too. Rebar trashed copper wire, slashed somebody with a crowbar on my camera footage at 2:47 a.m. When we ran the plates, guess who it was? Karen's son. Yeah, family business. Fake stop work notices, flyers with my LinkedIn photo, calling me a money laundering developer, social media rants, you name it. Karen had whipped the neighborhood into a volunteer lynch mob. My guys were spooked. I paid bonuses just to keep morale up. One morning, Manny showed up with trespasser carved into the side of his truck, 4 letters a foot tall. That's when I knew they weren't just after the house, they were after us. So gloves off. Caitlin and I built a case, audio, video, fake letters, every act of vandalism, filed it all with the county prosecutor. And then, miracle of miracles, the county sent a real code inspector, saw right through the HOA nonsense and kicked the whole mess to law enforcement. The sheriff's office raided the HOA office, found fake maps, plans to force me out, emails detailing the whole land grab. Brandon Bradshaw, Karen's son, got charged with felony vandalism and turned state's evidence. Karen, for her part, doubled down, but the law was finally catching up. The news ran with it. HOA president faces fraud investigation. The neighborhood revolted, board members resigned, leaked emails hit Facebook, and the state took over the HOA. The court hit Karen with $740,000 in damages, had to sell her house every penny to pay us back. That's poetic justice, if you ask me. The same house she used as her throne, now paying off the people she tried to destroy. 6 months later, the house stood finished. Cedar gleamed in the sunset. The workshop was humming, the view wide open. Finally mine. The HOA dissolved their fortress, sold at a discount, and turned into an Airbnb. A local hardware guy helped me hang the new gate plaque, and all built by law, not by Karen's permission. Feels right. Now, my story's out there, 10-part series online, calls from all over the country. Stories of HOA nightmares and folks who finally realize they don't have to roll over. So here's my question for you. What would you have done in my boots? Would you have fought or just packed it in and left? Drop a comment. Share your HOA horror stories or your thoughts on what justice really means. And hey, if you want more real stories about winning against the odds, don't forget to subscribe. Who knows? Maybe next time the story will be yours.